Sports. Welcome to episode 2 of the Jets Draft Only Challenge. We are starting off straight here with a little recap of all of our draft picks. Going through them now, you can see these were our draft picks from the last episode if you did not watch it. A fun draft in which we had many picks, of course, and so this is all the players we have right now as we either cut, traded, or let go anyone who is not a rookie at this point. But through the magic of editing, we can now see that a bunch, and I mean a lot, of free agent rookies have been signed. So now we're just going to go through and take a look at those free agent rookies. You can see here, most of them will be backup level players. Not too many great players outside of the one that I've drafted. Receiver, which our one draft pick at receiver was Oops Scoops, the worst receiver there, you can see. So we are relying on free agent rookies there to be our receivers. Tight end, a similar situation. We didn't pick a tight end, so we have 4 tight ends. One of them is a converted lineman, Howie Jarrett there at the top. At lineman, again, the offensive line, if you watch the draft, was one of our best positions and we filled a lot of holes on it. Some of the best players we found were those 2 Michael Boss there, the 2 right tackles there. They were probably the best free agents we found. Aside from that, left end we needed more free agent rookies, and right end we got some backups. D tackle, again, a big strength with Keith and Joe Exotic. And you can see basically that the way it's going is essentially a lot of these players are backups. We did find a few hidden people. Jared Hearns, I think, is one of them, so I'll try and get him involved as much as we can. And I did try and pick people who I thought fit our schemes as best as they could, rather than just going straight overall. You'll be able to tell the ones that we drafted, of course, because I have named them different things. And so normal names will be the free agent rookies and crazy names will not be. So here is the preseason games. We'll start off here with Croker's first pass and catch, and this one I think is particularly great play as Croker will go deep and it is caught by Crosby for a big touchdown. That's Kamani Crosby, our 3rd receiver, I think, on the catch there. So some preseason highlights continue, and this time Rodgers is sacked by even Steven. A good play there. Hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of that, as now we see Croker drop and he's gonna throw, but it is picked off by Kevin King. Not a great throw from Kif Croker at all there. Another preseason game here. We see a big sack off the edge by Isaiah Garner. He's going to be our starting end on the left side. A run this time with Aru Nixon, our running back, and he fumbles the ball, something that hopefully we won't be seeing too much of. Going further on now, we see a punt, but it's not a punt, it's a fake punt with Jack and Jill, and he rolls to the right. Tries to throw it to the fullback, who I was playing Joe Exotic there. He was in on the fake punt, but he dropped it. Thought it'd be a bit funny to include that because I was laughing at the time. We are going to play Joe Exotic at fullback, but make formation subs so that Spiderweb can get in there. This is our lineup, by the way, our final lineup after the cuts have been made. So you can see here our QB Croker, Exotic, Nixon, Arrington, Crosby, and Horn are our receivers, a particularly weak group, I must say. Cannon, He Hate Me, Jimmy Bulldog Bullard, Hedonism Bot, and Slapdap Bass are our offensive line, a strength of the team, as well as Jarrett and the other 2 tight ends, who will play most certainly as they are better catchers. Going on to defense now, we see Isaiah Garner there, our starting left end. Keith and Joe Exotic will certainly be a strength of the defense alongside Quantavious Quaalude, who's our right end. Relique Schmalik and Dean Scream are starting corners, with Wheatley our 3rd. Football player and more there will be our starting safeties, as well as Theo Potter, Hearns, and even Steven will make up the rest of our linebacking core. Hearns there, as I say, is star dev, so we'll be starting over slightly higher overall players. Jack and Jill and Flacco Elite are kickers and punter, and on returning duty is Martin Stewart. So our first opponent is the Raiders, and they are a team built around Rodney Hudson and Josh Jacobs as their best players. Calvin Neuer pick up from free agency, but will not play in this game because he is injured. And as you can see, the Raiders, not the greatest team. They're still led by Derek Carr as QB. Yeah, not the highest overall team in the league, so hopefully we can have a competitive game with them, as this, will be one of the weaker teams we are playing. And so we are off. New York Jets football draft only is off. We are, I believe, a 64 or 65 overall rated team, so it's gonna be a tough time as we see Derek Carr there lead out his Raiders as we get ready for the first play of the season. Here's Carr, and he is going to take it, and he's going to hand it off to Josh Jacobs, who gets stopped after a very short gain. 3rd and 5 now on this first drive, and here's Carr. He steps back, he's going to throw, and he's going to get a completion to Tyrell Williams for a nice gain of 18 yards. Here's a 3rd and 4 now on the 24 of the Jets, and the Raiders are close on a screen pass to Josh Jacobs. Let's see where they mark him. He's slightly short, so the Jets manage to hold early on, and that's going to bring out the field goal unit. Can Carlson put it through for the first points of the season? Here he goes. Carlson is good, and so Oakland Raiders lead 3-0 on the Jets as it's time to meet our offense. Carlson will kick it away to our Jets, and Stewart on the return. Here goes Stewart, and he will return it all the way up to the 31-yard line. So a good start for our Jets. And here we go. What can Kif Croker do? He had up and down preseason, I would say, and so here is the first play. Joe Exotic, the D-tackle, in at fullback. Here we go. Croker will hand it off to Nixon, and Nixon just goes for a loss of 1, it looks like, in the end. A fairly tame play. Here's 2nd and 11 then, and Croker's going deep, and he is intercepted on his first throw, and that is by number 20, Darryl Worley there, who takes it all the way back up the 38-yard line. So not a good start for Croker in his Jet career. So from the 40, 2nd and 13 for Derek Carr. He's going to throw, and that one is caught as well, again by Tyrell Williams. He's had a great start to the game, and now Derek Carr over the middle. That one's caught, and a broken tackle, and finally brought down at the 6-yard line. That's Hunter Renfro on that one. As now we see from the 6-yard line, here come the Raiders. Carr in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Jacobs, and he's down at the 1-yard line. Can the Jets hold here and keep this within 1 score, or will the Raiders plunge this one in? Here we go. Raiders come out empty set. Looks like they're going to throw here. Here goes Carr. He steps back. He will run. No, he will throw. And it is caught. Touchdown Raiders. And that is Darren Waller on the touchdown. Here is the Jets' response. A nice run by Nixon up the middle. He will get 10. And a first down for the Jets. But now 3rd and 11. What can the Jets do? Croker throws, and it's picked off again! Picked off again by the Raiders. That one is Darryl Roberts on an amazing interception. And now we see the Raiders go even further, and they get a touchdown. Tyrell Williams. So they turn the interception into 6 more. And not a good start for the Jets at all. Croker with 2 interceptions. Here's a run for Nixon. Another good run. Looks like he should be the basis of the offense so far, as we see now a 3rd and 6. Can the Jets keep the chains moving? No. Redstrom He is just short, and they will have to punt away again. Here's a 3rd and 5 this time. And the Jets, did they stop him? It's awfully close. But they did not get the stop, it seems, as now the Raiders come back out again. And they're at the 50-yard line, and they take it all the way up to the 35 now. Here's the play. Jacobs from the 18, 1st and 10. Jacobs bounces left, and he's going to go all the way in for a touchdown, Raiders. Here you go, the Jets, and a caught by Arrington, the first real passing play of any success. And here is a 2nd and 11 from the 36, and it's a screen to Crockett, and he's got space. Crockett all the way, the second running back. No, he is down at the 1-yard line. DeMarco Crockett so close. Here is a throw now to the end zone. Devontae Horn, touchdown Raiders on a fade in the end zone. Great throw that time by Croker as he tries to get back on track. Raiders now back with the ball. They're at the 26, and it's a throw, and it's a catch again as we come towards the end of this second half, as now we see the 2-minute warning. The Raiders from the 41, they caught again there. I think that's Tyrell Williams again. Now we see Derek Carr with a short throw. That one is caught on 3rd and 13, but will go no further, so they add on a field goal. And here come the Raiders on 3rd down and 4 with a chance to try and drive down the field. It is dropped. Now we see second half football, 3rd and 16. Out rolls Croker, but he's going to go down. Max Crosby catches him from behind for the sack. Here's 3rd and 1. The Raiders throw, and they get it again on the Jets. Looked like there was pretty good coverage there as a man got lost amid all the chaos. That's number 12, Zay Jones, as he gets his 4th catch on the day. Now we see 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Raiders throw again, and it is caught for a big gain there up to the 30-yard line. Now the Raiders, having marched all the way down, they come to the 10, and that's a run that takes them up to the 3-yard line with Jacobs. And it's going to be a big 3rd and 2 as the Jets try and keep this from getting out of hand. So here is that 3rd and 2. And we see a flag on the play. This could be big. It's an offside penalty. It's offsides on, let's see who it's on here. Joe Exotic. And that's going to give them a 1st down. Wow, so 3rd and 2 becomes 1st and goal. Terrible mistake there for the Raiders. For the Jets, sorry. Lucky break for the Raiders as Joe Exotic makes a terrible mistake. So here it is, 1st and goal from the 2. It's a throw, it's a catch, it's a touchdown. Foster Moreau from Derek Carr, and they extend the lead even more as it's 34-7. And we see there the response, 3rd and 6. Terrible throw by Croker, and he has struggled mightily today. Raiders back on offense as they have been all day, and that's a big play, and it could have gone for even more. Here's this time a sack for the Jets. Looked like he might escape there, but that's Stewart with the sack. 3rd and 8 now from the 7 after the sack, and this one is going to be caught by Crosby. We saw it drop earlier, but this time it's caught. And now Croker rolling out, and it is caught again. That one a lucky pass. Now 2nd and 6. Nixon will run, and he will bulldoze through 2 men. Great play by Nixon on that run. 3rd and 24 though, after a holding penalty, sets the Jets back, and he just goes down the field, and it is intercepted by number 29, LaMarcus Joyner, who is all alone on that one from the overthrow from Croker. And so this game looks like it's out of hand, but we still see some positive play for our Jets, and that's Keith to Keith getting a sack there. A much needed sack, it must be said, as we haven't seen much positivity. And continuing down the field come the Raiders. Derek Carr, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's had a great day. 3rd and goal now from the 12 as we see Carr with time, but no one open. He's just going to take the sack in the end, and that one is Joe Exotic making a play on defense where he's most known. 3rd and 24 again after a long sack this time, and Croker's just got to get rid of it on the blitz, and it could have been intercepted. Again, we see he has not had a good day at all. Raiders back on offense, just 3 minutes left, and they're going to continue to... Oh, what a play there. Great play by the Jets safety to knock that ball out. As we see now, Arlington gets another catch, and he's up to the 47, but time ticking down. This game already pretty much over, and we see a 4th and 18. 4th and 18, Croker making changes at the line. Let's see what he does. Croker with some time, but now he's flushed out, and now he's looking around, and he's going to go down on 4th down, pretty much ending the game. But with a couple seconds left on the clock, here come the Raiders again, and they will score another touchdown. Foster Moreau. So it is 44-7 Raiders, and the Jets will, with these dying seconds, just try to respond. But another interception for Croker, and he has his 4th, and that one was Trayvon Mullen for the Raiders. As now we see the final closing stage on the game as Jacobs takes the ball, but he breaks a tackle, and Jacobs could go all the way, adding even more misery onto the Jets, who have just conceded 14 points in the space of 10 seconds. Terrible game for the Jets, as now we look at the stats. Derek Carr, 4 touchdowns, 358 yards compared to Croker's 129 yards and 4 picks. Jacobs went to 168 yards with that long run at the end, and Nixon couldn't get much done. As you see, Tyrell Williams had a great day alongside some of his other receivers. Will Arrington was the best receiver for the Jets, who you can see gave up some sacks as well. In terms of sacks for that game, there were a lot of ones from both teams. Quite a few sacks in the games overall, but you can see picks here that the Raiders really got the best of the Jets with those 4 turnovers. Coming out of the game, we do get an upgrade for the human cannon. He will become a slightly better pass protector, and hopefully help shore up the O-line. And Ralik Shmalik also gets an upgrade, and we want to become a better man coverage corner, the leader of our secondary. So with that said, we see that we lost 51-7, an embarrassing first week for our Jets, as we look forward to week number 2 against the Cardinals. This is going to probably be a long season. We went 4 wins for a reason, but you see we have 2 breakout opportunities in this next game. Shockingly, I'm not sure how that happened, but thank you for watching. I've been Chris. Have a nice day.